ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करल्लोकशङ्करम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रीहरिं परमानन्दम् उपदेष्टारमीश्वरं व्यापकं सर्वलोकानां कारणं तन्नमाम्यहम्। श्लोक 90। उत्पन्नेऽप्यात्मविज्ञाने प्रारब्धं नैव मुञ्चति इति यच्छ्रूयते शास्त्रे तन्निराक्रियतेऽधुना। We have the law of karma. Most often, law of karma is misunderstood. People think karma means fate, destiny. Therefore, if you believe in karma, you are a fatalist. This is a popular misconception. But if you understand properly, karma does not mean fate. And the law of karma is not fatalism. What is fatalism? You think everything happens by itself. Whatever has to happen will happen. This is fatalism. Everything happens because of some unknown reason. Nothing is in our hands. This is fatalism. But law of karma is diagonally opposite to fatalism. Because the law of karma says everything that happens in our life is a result of our own karma, our own actions. For example, somebody gets a lottery ticket. Somebody wins a lottery ticket. 5 crore rupees. What do you ascribe it for? A fatalist says it is my fate. But one who knows the law of karma, he says, it is my karma. Because of my previous karma, I am getting the result now. I might have done some good karma in the past, maybe in the previous janma. It is paying off now. So, every experience, every happening is a result of our past karma. What we get today is what we have done earlier. And the same thing can be extended to the future also. If we are doing good work now, we will bear the result in future. We will receive the phala in future. That is why do good work now. Do good karma now. The law of karma does not ask you to sit idle. Your future is in your hands. Your present may not be in your hands to a great extent, because already it is done. Now you don't have a choice. For example, this janma, you have already received this body. Now this body cannot be changed. This body is a result of our past karma, what we have done in the previous janmas. It has produced this body. Now you cannot change this body as of now. You have to accept. Some people got a male body, some people got a female body. Some people got a strong body. Some people got a weak body. Our bodies are different. Somebody feels more cold. That is why don't look at your roommate. Your roommate may not feel cold, but you may feel cold. He may not be susceptible to cold, but you may be susceptible to cold. So whether he wears sweater or not, you can wear sweater. Sometimes we feel he is not wearing sweater, so how can I wear sweater? So we have different types of bodies. What is responsible for this? Our past karma. And this cannot be changed now. It's not in our hands. Therefore, we have to accept it. How to accept it? What is the best way to accept it? Accept it as the grace of Ishvara. Ishvara Prasada. Even this body is a prasada. Because the karma phala is given by Ishvara. Ishvara is called karma phala data. Any karma, the phala is given by Ishvara. Therefore, we have received this body from Ishvara as a result of our own karma. Therefore, this body, we can look upon it as a result of our own karma. And the same way we can understand that this is a grace of Ishvara. In fact, Ishvara's grace is nothing but our karma phala only. When we accept it with proper attitude, we call it Ishvara's grace. Generally, we call a pleasant thing as grace. Lottery ticket, Ishvara's grace. Tirupati Venkatramana's grace. Balaji's grace. I got lottery ticket. Somebody says so. But the Ishvara's grace is our own karma phala. So, any pleasant experience can be called Ishvara's grace. Likewise, any unpleasant experience also can be looked upon as Ishvara's grace. Even the unpleasant experiences, even the challenging experiences, it is a blessing in disguise. Because it is the unpleasant moments in life that make us grow spiritually. When we take them with proper attitude. That is why in Bhagavatam, Kunti prays to Krishna in Dvitiya Skandha of Bhagavatam. Vipadas santu nashashvat tatra tatra jagadguro bhavato darshanam yachat apunarbhava darshanam. O Lord, may I have difficulties once in a while in life, now and then in life, so that I can remember you, I can think of you. Therefore, even the blows in life, even the unpleasant moments in life is a grace if we take them in a right way, in a right attitude. It is like going to a gym. If you go to a gym, you cannot expect the gym trainer to give you a flower to lift. I am giving you 2 flowers. Do weightlifting exercises with the 2 flowers. He is giving beautiful flowers. Is he a good trainer if he does so? Who is a good trainer? One who gives you a weight that is little difficult for you to lift. If you are able to lift 100 kg comfortably, he should make it 110 kg or 105 kgs. That is how you can develop your muscles. You can develop your strength only when you go beyond your comfort zone. Likewise, most often the difficulties are blessings in disguise. Therefore, one should learn to look upon even the difficulties in life, even the unpleasant moments of life, as an opportunity for one's own growth, one's own inner growth. So, there is karma, the law of karma. According to the law of karma, every action that we do has a result. Sometimes the result may be immediate. For example, you are eating food. What happens? Immediately the hunger is appeased. Certain actions have immediate result, visible result. But certain other actions, they may not have a visible result immediately. But then there is an invisible effect. The action does not give an immediate visible result, but it remains in an invisible form. Any good action that we do, like the puja, like japa, and like even Vedanta Shravana for some people. Some people may not get anything immediately because they don't understand anything what the Swami says. It may not give any immediate result. But such good karmas are stored in an invisible form, and they may fructify in due course of time. Likewise, some evil actions, papa, you told a lie, or I told a lie, let us say. Why should I blame you? Let me blame myself. I told a lie and nobody caught me. Even in telling lies, one should have some skill. Many people don't know how to tell lies also. I tell a lie and nobody caught me. I escaped comfortably telling a lie. What happened? Visibly nothing happened. But my karma, the action of telling a lie, remains as a papa, as an adrishta. Both remain as adrishta in an invisible form. And they may fructify later on. Maybe later on in this janma, or maybe in the following janmas. So, such a karma that is stored in an invisible form, all of us have an accumulation of such karmas. Because this is not our first janma. For nobody, this is the first janma. We had many janmas before. The jiva is anadi. When did the jiva begin? Jiva did not begin in time. Every jiva is anadi. That is why people ask how all these things began. Why all these things began? Why I became ignorant? How I became ignorant? How I became a jiva? These questions don't have answer. Because only when something has a beginning, you can ask how it began, why it began. When it does not have a beginning, you cannot answer the question why. If somebody has come here from outside, you can ask why you have come. When someone has not come, he is here only, then you cannot ask why you have come here. Likewise, the jiva has no beginning. And the cycle of janmas also have no beginning. So we had many janmas in the past. And sometimes we might have had human janmas. Sometimes we might have had plant janma, animal janma also. It is not linear. The janmas is neither linear nor a linear progress. It can go up, down in any format, depending on what we do, what we have done. So all of us had many janmas. And whenever we got a human body, we did new karmas. Why human body? Because in other janmas it is not possible to do fresh karma. Like a dog, it cannot do fresh karmas. It is instinctive. What a dog can do is rather programmed. But in human birth, we have the buddhi. Buddhi is a special privilege. Buddhi means not the faculty called buddhi every animal has. Even dog has a buddhi, an intellectual faculty. But in the dog's intellectual faculty, it cannot have the viveka. What is right, what is wrong? This viveka a dog cannot have. That is why you cannot teach a dog, don't eat this, don't bark like this. It won't work. So, the viveka, what is right, what is wrong, we can understand. And we have the free will, the will to act according to our viveka. It is also a privilege of human beings. Viveka and the ability to choose to act according to viveka. Always we have two choices, because we always have a conflict between our voice of temptation. There is a temptation and the voice of viveka. For example, you want to wake up early in the morning and the alarm bell rings. Then what happens? You have a temptation. Let me sleep a little more, at least half an hour, 1 hour. So the voice of temptation says, don't get up. Then there is another voice of viveka. It says, it is time to get up. And get up. Uttishtha. Get up. Now there is a tug of war. And most often in the tug of war, our temptation wins. If we have to overcome the temptation and follow our viveka, then we have to use our restraint, we have to use our willpower. We have to use our Purusha Prayatna, Purushakara. It is called your willpower, your effort. That is why the Upanishad says, Uttishtata Jagrata, arise, awake. And even in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says, Kshudram Hridaya Daurbalyam Tyaktvottishta Parantapa. We have the Daurbalya. The temptation is the Daurbalya. Give up the temptation. Give up the weakness. And use your will to get up. Use your will to grow out. So, the human beings have the privilege of doing punya and papa karma. So, in every human janma, we did some good karma, some punya, some papa. All those things have accumulated. We have a large store of karmas, like our bank account. Nowadays, bank account. Everybody understands bank account. It is real. But just like the bank account, we have an account of karma also. And unfortunately, we cannot know how much of balance we have. How much karma we have, nobody knows. Because aneka janmarjita karma, we have accumulated them in many previous janmas. And these karmas cannot be accumulated, cannot be destroyed, cannot be exhausted without jnana. Jnana is the only way to put an end to all our karmas. So the karmas are divided into three types. Sanchita karma, Prarabdha karma, and Agami karma. Sanchita karma means the karma that has been accumulated in many past janmas. And those karmas will not fructify in this janma. Sanchita karma is not going to fructify in this janma. It will fructify only after this janma, in the next janma or many next janmas. So, Sanchita karma is responsible for our following janmas. Whereas, Prarabdha karma is the karma responsible for this janma. Our this janma is determined by our Prarabdha karma. Prarabdha means that which has begun to yield its result. It is called Prarabdha karma. Let me give an example to understand the Prarabdha. In olden days, when there was no ATM card, there was no online money, it was not there in olden days. You may remember those days. At least he will remember. No ATM card, no ATM machines, and there was no core banking also. You have to withdraw money from only your local branch of the bank. There is only one local bank. All the money that you have saved has to be, withdrawn from that bank only. Then you want to go for a trip. What do? You withdraw some cash. ₹10,000 cash. Thinking that I will go to some places and pilgrimage and return. So you have withdrawn 10,000 cash. Then how long can you travel? As long as you have the 10,000 rupees with you. So with the 10,000 he travels. He spends for a ticket, spends for food, spends for accommodation. He can travel as long as the money is exhausted. Once the money is exhausted, he has to wind up his travel plan and return to his home, because he doesn't have any more money with him. Means in his hand there is no money. Money is there in the bank. No, the money that is there in the bank is sanchita. And the money that you withdraw for one trip is prarabdha. Likewise, the karma accumulated, it is sanchita, which we will not use in this janma. But we have taken a package of karma when we started this janma, this birth. And it will be exhausted in this janma. In other words, this janma will come to an end once the prarabdha is exhausted. Until the prarabdha is exhausted, this janma will not come to an end. Because prarabdha decides three things: jati, ayu and bhoga. Jatyayurbhogaha. Jati, our birth. What should be, where should we be born? Who should be our parents? Whether we should be born as human beings or a dog or cow or plant. Everything is decided by prarabdha. Jati. What kind of body we should have, it's also included in jati. Whether we should have a male body, female body, healthy body, what should be our blood group, A positive or B positive. Everything is jati. Birth. Jati means birth. Then ayuhu, our lifespan. What should be a person's lifespan? It is also decided by Prarabdha. We don't know how long it will be. That is why some people die early. Heart attack. At the age of 35 also some people get heart attack. Why? Prarabdha got over. Whereas some people live till 120, 130. How? Prarabdha. So, ayuhu is determined by Prarabdha. In fact, some people say that the Prarabdha is the Prarabdha determines the lifespan in terms of number of breath. It is not in terms of number of years. It is in terms of number of breath. That is why if we breathe a little slowly, we can live a little longer. Pranayama may help in expanding the lifespan. So, ayu and bhoga. Bhoga means sukha dukkha anyatara sakshatkaro bhoga. Generally, when we say bhoga, we think enjoyment. Ice cream is bhoga, we think. But in philosophy, what is the meaning of bhoga? Sukha dukkhanyatara sakshatkaro bhogaha. Experience of pleasure and pain is called bhoga. Even pleasure is bhoga, pain is also bhoga. So, all bhoga in this life, what has to come to us, it is also determined by Prarabdha. What has to come to you without your choice. Wherever there is choice, it is not Prarabdha. But wherever there is no choice, it is Prarabdha. Now, often people ask a question, then what about our free will? See, suppose somebody brings a jalebi in and keeps in front of me. Someone brought a jalebi. I didn't pay for it. I didn't even ask him to get jalebi. It just came. What made it happen? It is my Prarabdha. What comes by itself is Prarabdha. The jalebi is sitting in front of me, let us say. Now, I have a samskara. Samskara means my previous experiences have produced a samskara in me. So because of my previous samskaras, we can also call it vasana. Because of that, I have a taste for jalebi. I like it. Whether I like jalebi or not is determined by my samskara. See, the jalebi coming in front of me is determined by prarabdha. Whether I like it or not is determined by my samskara. If I had a good experience with jalebi earlier, it is that samskara will make the jalebi attractive for me. Whereas if I had a bad experience, a bitter experience with jalebi, suppose, bitter experience with jalebi means while eating jalebi I got a bad news. Even that can be a bitter experience. Our mind associates. Then I am not able to relish the jalebi. I felt very bad. So if I have a bitter experience associated with the object, I may not like it even now. It is possible. Therefore, whether I like it or not is determined by my samskar. Now, suppose on account of my samskara, I have a liking for the jalebi. And the jalebi is in front of me. Now, whether I should eat the jalebi or not, it is my choice. It is not my prarabdha. I may choose to eat it, following my taste, or I may think I am diabetic, so this jalebi may increase my sugar level. Let me not eat it. I may use my restraint and say no. That is where my free will comes into picture. So there is prarabdha, and prarabdha is working throughout our life. Wherever there is an opportunity, the opportunities are given by prarabdha. And sometimes certain choiceless situations are presented by prarabdha. All diseases, etc. But then in the meantime there is free will. I have choice. So now prarabdha determines this life. What we should go through this life, what we should go through in this life is determined by prarabdha to a large extent. So it is prarabdha karma. And the prarabdha gets over by the end of this life. Then there is something called agami karma. What a jnani does After jnana, it is called agami karma. What you do in future, in this life, after jnana, is called agami karma. So these three types of karmas. Among the three types of karmas, jnana puts an end to sanchita and agami. Sanchita karma is destroyed by jnana. And so is the agami karma. Therefore, a jnani will not have another janma. Why he cannot have another janma? Because there is no karma left to produce another janma. Neither the karma accumulated in the past is not there, nor he can have agami karma, fresh karmas that could have caused him another janma. Therefore, a jnani does not have another janma because no karma to produce another janma. But the prarabdha karma remains even for a jnani. Prarabdha karma is like an arrow that is already shot. It has already gained its momentum. It cannot be destroyed until it exhausts its results. But fortunately, Prarabdha karma will get exhausted very soon. It may last just a few more years. After that, when the Prarabdha gets exhausted, no more body for a jnani. But since the Prarabdha karma continues to produce its result, a jnani will continue to live even after jnana. Even after self-knowledge, a jnani continues to live. But even though he is living, despite being living, he enjoys the result of knowledge called moksha. Since he has knowledge, he is mukta, means he has attained moksha. How long does it take to get moksha after jnana? Immediately after jnana, you have received moksha. You are enjoying the result of the knowledge in the form of happiness, freedom from distress, freedom from emotional problems, freedom from insecurity, freedom from the sense of incompleteness, freedom from sorrow. All these are the results of jnana called moksha. So a jnani is enjoying the result of knowledge. Therefore, he is a mukta. But since there is prarabdha karma, he is still alive. He continues to live in the body. And he continues to experience everything through this body. Therefore, he is called Jivan Muktaha. Jivan Muktaha. Jivan means while being alive. Muktaha, he is free. Therefore, immediately after jnana, one becomes a Jivan Mukta. A jnani is a Jivan Mukta. And he will continue to be a Jivan Mukta until the exhaustion of his Prarabdha karma. Once the Prarabdha karma gets exhausted, this body goes away. Then there is no more karma to produce another body. Then what happens? A jnani becomes free from embodiment. He becomes free from bodies. If he is free from bodies, what is he? He just remains as the Brahman, as the infinite Brahman. Jnani remains as Brahman. It is called Videha Mukti. Freedom from all embodiment. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.